Which deck do I want to use today is the question. It is the question. That is the question. I kind of want to use. I kind of want to use the Tower of Nefertiti for this. So I'm just gonna grab it. It's just like right behind the computer. So I just don't fall. There we go. Okay. Technical difficulties. How is everybody doing today? Oh, how is everybody doing today? I hope everybody is doing well. We're having a late night weekly healing circle because your girl has been working all day and I've been just like trying to get everything together. So that's where we're at. That's what we're doing. Okay. Putting that behind there. Welcome to Leo season. Welcome to Leo season. Grand evening. Hello, everybody. Hey Lana, how are you? How are you doing? I am doing good. I just been working. I've just been working all day. Working on readings, past life readings, all of the things. Oh my God, this is a great time to remind everybody that I am having a special on my past life readings. 1 hour past life readings are buy one, get one 50% off. So you get one session at half off. And that's going to end at the end of this week on the weekends. So definitely take advantage of it for those who want to get into past life healing. But yes, no, I've just been working all day. I've been doing readings all day and just prepping for the workshop and also doing some indigenous things. But yeah, just working on some stuff. Lots of things. This week is gonna be your girl's gonna be busy. I've been already busy, but your girl's gonna be real busy. Hello, everybody. Hello, hi. I'm doing. Lana said I'm doing well. Just staring at my baby, even every 15 minutes, and oh. No, I listen. When it comes to babies, I just want to like all of the little fatty parts. Like, oh my, like I'm not saying I want to eat them, but like I just mean like I just want to like at all of their fatty bits, and I love their little tiny fingers. Babies are so cute. I can't like I. It's either gonna be me or my wife that is gonna be actively just munching on our baby's arm like every 5 seconds when I get there. But I think what I mean, because I feel like if you don't want to just like be like like every 5 seconds to that arm, then I don't know because that's me. That is me. But welcome to Leo season, everybody. Do y'all feel a little bit more like hurrah? Yo, there was a thunderstorm today in my area. Like literally it was like 3 thunderstorms, but one particular was so loud. It was, and I was like, I'm like in the middle of a reading, and I'm calling the person I'm doing a past life reading, and this lightning just goes like literally like, and I was just like, yo, everything's a little bit more dramatic in Leo. And let's just say that. Just keep it 100 on that one. But anyway, welcome to the Weekly Healing Circle. The whole point of the Weekly Healing Circle is for us to have a space heal and get ready for the week, the upcoming week. Why? Because we need to check in. Okay, we need to make sure that we're ready for all the changes, and that we're ready for the shifts, and that we're ready and able to host for all of the different energies and all of the different things. Lots of things happening this week. Jupiter is going to be going retrograde on the 28th in Aries. And so when it comes to travel, when it comes to all of that jazz, just please make sure that you guys are itineraries in order. This is going to be me getting my passport during this time because your girl needs to renew her passport for things. But and I know the Jupiter retrograde is going to do that for me. But I keep putting it off because I'm so busy. But it's one of those things that it's a really, 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 really great time to revisit things, to study, to dive into your journey, to also look at ancestral knowledge, to look at like things that you might want to study or dive into that are connected to your ancestry in some sort of way. This is a great time for you to, this retrograde is going to be a really good educational time, and just mentally getting yourself clear and how your education, how the things you're learning is impacting your journey in a grander scale. Because Jupiter is the planet of expansion and abundance. Also keep in mind that Jupiter expands both positive and negative things. So it's not, I mean, this is the planet of luck and abundance and opportunity, but this is also the planet of knowledge. There's also the planet of education, philosophy. Okay. So this is the planet where, you know, working with Jupiter energy can be very, very enlightening, but things that you find out in the path might not always sit so well. Like, can be frustrating, can be, you know, can have different emotional things to it. Okay. So just make sure that as we are navigating this retrograde, that you are actively giving yourself space to reflect on how your journey is mirroring things that you are learning at this time. Because that's what is going to trigger. Aries rules the journey. Aries is very much the warrior sign. And right now, Jupiter in Aries retrograde is going to ask you, what are you fighting for? What is your purpose? What is the purpose of you going on this journey? What is the purpose of you doing this? What is the purpose of you being in school? What is the purpose of you being in this job? What is the purpose? How are you adding to your own purpose? Like, how are you helping yourself? How are you growing? How are you specifically getting better? How are you ascending and elevating within yourself? It's going to ask you a lot of different questions. It's going to kind of push you into elevation in a way that makes sense to you. Okay. And so you have to make sure that you keep in mind where you're at on your journey. You do like a little reevaluation, where you're at, because certain things that you might have set intention for or wanted to work on in the past, like let's say you're like, oh my God, I keep wanting to go back to school, but I haven't put in the work, or maybe I want to do some traveling, or maybe I want to start working with a mentor or an elder or some sort. And you're finally like, you know what, I need to reach out. I need to commit to actually go on this path and go on this journey. This is a great time to do a lot of that work. But when it comes to travel specifically, because Jupiter rules over traveling, make sure that all of the itineraries are in a good place, that you know exactly what you're doing, where you're going, or you're going to catch yourself in some Mercury retrograde type of inconveniences. Okay? I said what I said. That's really what it is. This is also a really great time to really connect back to your own passions, because Aries is very much that passionate, that warrior. Like they got to fight for something, right? Really great time to connect back to your passions, the things that you love, your hobbies, the things that you love to do. Really great time to also get physical. Aries is a warrior. That means warrior in training, warrior getting ready for whatever it is you want to get ready. This is a great time for you to kind of recommit to your own physical health to some capacity, and for you to really commit to that energy, especially if you've been putting it off for quite a bit. So Jupiter is definitely going to be a fun one to work with. Just keep in mind, like I said before, Jupiter expands both negative and positive energies. Negative and positive. So even though Jupiter is very much known for all of the positive things Jupiter does, keep in mind that it can expand also negative things. So depending on what path you're on, if you're off your path and you're putting all of your fire and all of your energy towards that, what you shouldn't be doing, that negativity is going to expand. So just keep, okay? Stay on the course. Stay on course, okay? But it's still, I feel like it's going to be a really productive time, especially towards, start headed to the last leg of the summertime. It's going to be a very productive time. We have a very, very interesting Mercury retrograde coming up in September. And, Mars retrograde coming up in October that are going to be very, very much, interesting. Off topic, but your earrings are gorgeous. Thank you. I got them in Tulum in Mexico. And I wanted to wear them today because of all of the news that's happening with Black Panther and everything that's happening. Just just honor my cousins, my cousins in the Mesoamericas. But I absolutely love these. I actually dedicated these to Santissima to send them wear this. So every time I wear them, I just think of her. But I absolutely love these. I just wear them like often. But yes, there's definitely a lot going on with the whole entire Black Panther thing, and I'm excited to see the movie. But I'm also watching the messages from the community, from both indigenous Mexicans, from like the indigenous people of Mexico, and also the Latine peoples from Mexico as well, because there's definitely two different reactions going on. So I'm definitely supporting from a distance and watching all of the discourse that's happening in that side. But I just wanted to silently support from a distance. Anyway, I hope that y'all have been having a solid, good week. And I hope y'all felt that shift, even though the moon is currently in Cancer. We're sitting on the moon in Cancer right now, so you're still. It's like I feel like the shift from a Cancer season to Leo season is a little smoother because the moon is currently in Cancer, right? So even though it's Leo season, it's going to trigger our vitality, is going to trigger our energy levels. You might feel a little sluggish. You might feel like you need more rest. You might feel like you need to take a nap. You might feel a little lazy. You might feel like you to, go out in the sun. You might feel like going on an adventure. You might feel very much a lot of different things. What I would recommend for Leo season, and I always do, is that you kind of live your life as a cat, okay, for the next couple of weeks. Why do I say that? Because it's very much cat energy. Cats take the nap, they wake up, then they get the zoomies, and then they get all of the energies goes all over the place. And then all of a sudden, it's like, now you want to take another nap, then you want to eat, then you want to fuck shit up. So follow the rhythm of your own ego in that regard. There's definitely a lot of feeding your inner child energy and working with your inner child and your ego during Leo season, which is very, very important as well. It is really, really important to hold space to play, because Leo energy rules pleasure, and it rules the house of pleasure, the house of having fun. So you need to make sure that during the next couple of weeks, whatever else is happening, you need to make sure that your self-care includes you having fun. Okay, specifically having fun. Like there's self-care that is like emotionally founded for your emotions, for you to be gentle with yourself, and then there's self-care for you to be sensual with yourself, which is also it goes hand in hand with Leo energy because they also rule fun in that way. Okay, and then like self-care where you're just like protecting yourself, shielding yourself. But with Leo energy, self-care is you treating yourself, is you making sure you're happy. It's for happiness. 1000 is your happiness. 1000, you need to shine like the sun. You need to be happy, you need to be joyful. Whatever is disturbing your happiness and your peace, I would suggest taking couple steps back from that, because you're going to need every single day to live like a cat and make sure you're fucking something up and making yourself happy with it, whatever it is that you're doing. Okay, you need to make sure that you are holding space for your joy, for your pleasure, for your enjoyment. Okay, that could be you dressing up, that could be you doing glamour magic. Great time to do some glamour magic. That could be you really focusing on your sensuality. Maybe you want to work on your vitality as well. One of the things that I really like to do during Leo season is that, especially because I'm a Leo rising, you guys, if you've been with me for a minute, you guys know I'm a Leo rising. One of the things that I like to do in Leo season is I will make myself my vitality smoothie like every single day, and work with fruits that are very, very much gives me that oomph of energy. And it's really simple. It's either pineapple or mango, or I will add like orange, or I'll swap around and I'll make it a little bit citrusy. If I'm on my moon cycle, I will swap out the orange because the citrus can. So I will keep it pineapple and like mango and stuff like that. And it's just very, very simple. Add some sea moss in there. Boom. Really. And I'll bless it and I'll activate those fruits specifically to give me the energy that I need for the day. It's kind of like praying over coffee. And you can also have coffee as well. But keep in mind that you do need to rest. Leo season requires you to listen to yourself, and you're like, honestly, I really just want to take a nap right now. Go be a cat. I cannot stress that enough. Go be a cat. Be a cat, do cat things, okay? Do cat things, okay? Do cat things. Play, have food, enjoy, okay? Have a good time. Leo season is literally like the height of summer. It's the first part of summer, I think. But it is a very fun season. It's a very, very fun season. So you should be enjoying yourself. You should also be paying attention to your ego. If you're doing a lot of type of spiritual work during this time, it should be empowerment type of work. You could do recalling back your power work during this time. Vitality work, working with energy levels. You can do, this is a great time to do like candle magic and focus on the element of fire. This is a great time to also like give your body a kick. If you like spicy food, you also that into your foods, and just give yourself that little bit of a kick. This is a great time to do also energy healing, or energy work to some capacity, whether you're carrying a crystal, whether you're whatever it is that you're doing. My favorite crystals for Leo season is citrine and carnelian, period. Don't argue with me, argue with your mama, but those are my favorite ones for Leo season. As well as tiger's eye. Tiger's eye keep me grounded, so you gotta ground at the end of the day. But this is a great time to go to the beach, spend time in the sun. Okay, this is a great time to also, you can do solar magic during this time. Okay, you can also work with what you're eating. You can make sure that you're blessing it, because you're working with your stomach. Okay, Leo season is very much the stomach. It is your solar energy in your stomach, right? So the things that you are eating, the fuel that you are giving yourself, that's how recharging your own energies. So you can recharge that, spend time in the sun, and also watch what you eat during this time. Be careful with self-indulgence, because that also will happen, give yourself a little too much ice cream. I know I say have fun and have pleasure, but like don't self-harm. Don't overdo certain things. But it is a great time to just really express yourself. Great time to do black magic, get on some sensuality workings. Great time to work on your own self-empowerment and really come, like when you come out of Leo season, you should be kind of in a place where you're feeling comfortable with yourself. Now, something that I say every year, and I have to say it again because I have to say it every year, is that whatever you did not heal in Cancer season, Cancer being the season that rules over emotions, you will get impacted by that during Leo season. So let's say you're not having a good time in Leo season. That's probably because you didn't pay attention to your emotions during Cancer season. You just kind of let it kind of be the turbulence that it is. So you need to keep in mind that anything that triggers you during Leo season, especially, it's going to hit your inner child. It's going to hit your ego. And your ego is one of our most sensitive points, right? Because that is our core selves, right? So you need to be very, very mindful of how you're emotionally reacting to the things that trigger you during Leo season, especially if you did not do the work in Cancer season to prepare yourself emotionally, to be grounded enough emotionally to be able to handle having your ego being poked at. Some of you might actually have, instances where your emotional energy or your ego is actually being triggered because you're meant to do ego healing. But this is a great time to do that work as well. So just be mindful of your energy levels. Be mindful of how you're interacting with others. Be mindful of your shine. Be mindful of, how you're standing up. This is also a great time to work with your rising sign energies, and, manipulating that. And I say manipulation in the best way, because even though it's Scorpio that rules over manipulating, it's not, manipulating doesn't be a bad thing if you're doing it with a good intention or with a good purpose, because glamour magic is very much manipulating the way that people see you. So there's a time to do outer work, also a great time to do that inner work. We already talked about that. Jupiter in Aries is going to be retrograde, so great time to do a lot of outer work. Okay, let your insides be reflected on your outsides, right? And really focus on that empowerment. You should come out of it feeling a lot more sure of yourself. You should come out of Leo season feeling a lot more sure. Now, whatever you don't work through during Leo season, let's say you just feel like having a hella conceited and egotistical Leo season, right? What's going to happen is that come Virgo season, you're going to have to focus and heal that shit. And it's not going to feel good, because Virgo season really focuses on very much your imperfections, but how you also judge yourself and the things that you need to course correct. So keep that in mind. The things that you don't do the season prior are going to be reflected and are going to dictate the things that happen the next season over. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Okay. Now, with that being said, see what these weekly energies is looking like. But hello, everybody. How is everybody doing? How is everybody doing? Wow. Okay. So we got 2 6s right off the bat. 2 6s right off the bat. What do we need to know for this week? Okay. That was a lot of cards. Front of the deck is the Hangman. Oh, wow. The Hangman, the 6 of Wands, and the Sun. So some of you are going to be very much thinking about everything we just said, actually. Sorry, these cards are very flashy, but I really, really, really love them. I'm using the Nefertiti Tarot before anybody asks me. You already know. This is the bottom of the deck. Bottom of the deck highlight the underlining energies of the week. So underlining energies, we got the Hangman. We have the 6 of Wands, and we have the Sun. So underlying everything, we're just moving out of, very emotional season, right? Cancer season, very emotional season. So certain things that, you're still hung up on, literally still hung up on, are going to end up dictating how you move forward a lot, okay? Especially when it comes to your ego and your own happiness. Some of you are still letting go of things that are actively were never good for you in the first place. Some of you are still in the process. Some of you are able to kind of see past things very well as well. Some of it is like your own reflections is dictating and working with your intuition during this time to illuminate your path forward, which is great as well. There is a little bit of a transition happening now as far as the calibration that's happening from Cancer season into Leo season. So some of you guys are still getting accustomed to this like burning light energy, okay? Keep in mind that is the underlining energies for the week. Now, we're just going to take things one by one. We have 2 6s right off the gate. 6 of Pentacles, and we have the 6 of Cups with the 9 of Cups. Okay, 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups with the 9 of Cups, right? Then we have the 8 of Wands, the 4 of Cups, the 3 of Swords, and we're ending this week with the 2 of Pentacles. So, like I said, some of you are still closing off certain doors, okay? Now, if you've been with me for a while, know that I don't like the 6 of Pentacles. The 6 of Pentacles is not my favorite card because this card is very half-assed. It's half-assed work. Not even half-assed work. It's just that it's very much hierarchy, and I don't really like the hierarchy in the 6 of Pentacles. We're starting off the week with the 6 of Pentacles, right? And I think this week is starting off with a mirroring effect between 2 different energies because we also have the 6 of Cups. Okay. Now, the 6 of Cups is very homey, very like caring, very much can deal with relationships, can deal with love, can deal with someone who makes you feel like you're at home or you feel very, very grounded with emotionally. This can also be like a past life situation, like you're connected to someone, you have a karmic relationship or a soulmate kind of relationship with somebody. So this 6 of Cups energy is like a very much like I've known you before. You're somebody who my soul recognizes you in some capacity, right? But the first card is the 6 of Pentacles, which tells me right off the bat that one person has more power than the other in this situation. And I'm going to show you what I mean by actually showing you the card that it would be in the traditional Rider-Waite, because I feel like this is not necessarily doing the justice that I need for explaining what I'm about to say. So I'm going to go ahead and look for it real quick. Hold on. We always got to have the Rider-Waite nearby and there she blows. Okay. And there she blows. 1 second. And boom, and boom. Okay, so we have this card. This is 6 of Pentacles. Now, you see how there's like a little bit of a difference there? Okay. So if you look at the 6 of Pentacles, you see that there's someone that is capable. He's balanced. This dude is balanced so much. All of his scales are balanced so much that he can extend, certain things to those who are beneath him, those who are not in balance, those who are kind of going through it, who don't have the luxury of being in the position where they can give, right? So this card tends to, depending on what's going on, can be a very someone being just on top, or somebody dominating someone being in more control than the other person, someone thinking that they are in a position where something is balanced or something is fair, but in all actuality, this person is like either gaslighting or this person is just actively just giving you crumbs when you should be getting a lot more than what you're receiving here. So if it's not a card, that is one of my favorite cards at all. Just not. It's just a no for me. It's just a no for me. But we're starting off the week with this energy. We're starting off the week with the Six of Pentacles energy. So we're starting off the week thinking that this connection, this person, this situation, whatever it may be, because it could manifest differently for, you know, whomever is watching this, that it is fair. There's something fair. Oh no, but look, they've been caring. They did this one time. Oh, but it's not. I can't say they don't try, or I can't say because one time they did do this, and then it's almost like making excuses for somebody, making excuses for a situation, making excuses out of the, in order to make sense and kind of justify maintaining the connection itself, maintaining the connection, especially like how I said before. This person is very much someone that feels like you just know them. Like it could be a family member, it could be someone that you're just very much you've been tied to within your life for a really long time. But it's very much like, oh, I'm so comfortable with this person. I love this person. This person is someone who I can feel at home with, that I can't see my life living without. But then you're also getting this half-ass energy. You're getting this half-ass energy. Let's just be real now. You're getting half-ass energy. And so this week starts off with this mirroring effect of you think that is one thing, but it's the other. And then it moves into the Nine of Cups. Okay, why? Because the energy of Leo is very much Nine of Cups energy. Okay, it's very much like, I want to be happy. I want everything that I want, and I want everything. I want to have fun. I want everything. Okay, that is very much Nine of Cups energy. That's very much Leo energy. Having fun, having your cake, literally eating it. This is what this is. Having your cake and eating that cake. Parts of that cake is a little rotten. Parts of that cake is not taste good. Parts of that cake is gonna get you sick. Okay, and so when it comes to this energy of us being in a place where energetically we're like, oh, I feel like I have extra boost of energy. I kind of want to like, work on myself. I kind of want to do certain things, but then also having this half-ass energy that it's almost like your intuition is actively, again, we go back to the bottom of the deck. Your intuition is like, there's parts of it that's almost whispering, like, this is not, this person is giving you half-ass energy. That was a lie. That was a lie. It was a lie, but you're putting it off. You're kind of like silencing that aspect of yourself because you don't want to admit that shit was bullshit. Like there is a lot of one of the things I will say about those specifically, okay, you can ask any Leo, literally go through this. Leo season and Leo as a sign, it's a fixed energy. Okay, fixed signs do not like change. They don't like things to move too much. Okay, it's not how they live their lives. But the problem with that specifically is because Leos rule that aspect of pleasure in your inner child. When they love someone, their love is literally like they'll give you everything. And because they stay attached and fixated for so long, they will end up in a lot of toxic relationships where they are not treated their best, where they are mistreated, where they are really getting half-ass energy, and it's really not fair to them, but they won't see it as anything other than what they see it as. They'll know that certain things are wrong, or certain things are off, or certain things are not, like, it's not their best, or they could be getting treated better, or they could be going through, like, the situation itself could be better, but they'll stick with it because they love that person, or because they feel this kinship, this connection to this person. So it's something that is very, very particular. It's very, very particular. And it puts you in a situation where it's like, okay, you think you're having your cake and eating it too, but you're really in a toxic relationship. But you're really not in the best place that you could be. But you're really half-assing the situation. But you're really not getting the best you could be getting at this time. You're thinking, and you're brainwashing yourself to thinking that that's the best that you can do, or this is the best, or that this is it. But the parts of like that whispering, that energy that we just came out of, the Cancer intuitive energies that came out of, is like, I didn't like that they talked to me that way, but you know what? They didn't mean it. Like, it's just like really that making excuses for people energy. So we're moving into this Nine of Cups energy where we want to feel good. We want to have, we want to have our cake and eat it too. That's really, 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 really what it is. and really tapping in back into our vitality and making ourselves feeling good, feeling great, right? But then we move into the Eight of Wands and this Four of Cups. There's going to be things that happen this week that are going to push you into very quickly, might I add, because the Eight of Wands happens very, very quickly. Eight of Wands is it's very well. It's a fire card. It's a wands. Wand suit is ruled by fire, so it's happening very quickly. There's certain things that are going to happen very quickly where it's going to remind you or not give you what you want out of the situation, out of this relationship, out of whatever it is. Okay, the Four of Cups energy is like you're going from oh my God, I have the highest hopes. I have the highest hopes for this. I have the best intentions for this thing, but it keeps letting you down. It keeps kind of bringing you down. It keeps bringing the energy down because it's not balanced. It's not balanced. It's just not. It's not balanced. Like some of you are actively hung up on the wrong thing and you think you can keep the thing that is really harming you and be happy at the same time. It's not balanced. You're not going to be able to force this shit. I'm just letting you know. And this is what I mean by some of you are going to be having a very different type of week. Okay. But this situation right here is just not balanced. And it's going to be one of those points this week where something happens and you're just like, oh, like, why can't this just work? Why can't, and you're just like, if you were talking to them or talking to your ancestors or something, like, why can't this just work? Like, I really care about this person. I really want this thing. But like, why, what is the problem? Like, why can't it just work? Because it's not in balance for it to work. It's not going to work because it was never going to work from the beginning. It's just not. So you have to keep this in mind for this week because the energy is giving disappointment. The energy is giving I wanted pleasure, but instead I got what I didn't want. And how do we know this? Because then we move from the Four of Cups to the Three of Swords. Okay, Four of Cups to the Three of Swords. Three of Swords is very much that heartache, right? But as I always say when it comes to the air element is that when you look at the air elements, you know what? Let me pull up the cards because I'm gonna have to show y'all in the right away because we have to do things properly. We're gonna do education. We gotta do things properly. So let me just whip out the card so we can talk about it. The air element, this heartbreak-ish energy is very much, okay, very much Three of Swords, right? This heartbreak energy, very much clouded, right? You see the rain, you see the emotional component of this card, you see the rain, okay? The heart, which is very much emotional, very much bleeding, right? You see the clouds, the not knowing what's going to happen. But this card is very mental. The swords that are stuck in your heart, the things that are bringing that discomfort, the things that are triggering you emotionally about this imbalance in this situation are very much mental. And the funny thing about the situation is that you already know. You know that this thing is not meant for you. You know that the situation is not meant for you, but you're still pushing it. And because you're still pushing it, because that you want it to work so bad, the disappointment of it not working is these swords. Okay. Every time something happens where it's like, oh my God, well, why are we arguing about this? Why is this thing? Why can't this just be? Every time that is a sword. Okay, that's a sword literally breaking you emotionally because it's not meant to work. Okay, and then we move to the Two of Pentacles. Literally the card of balance within the physical realm, within the mundane. So this week is going to require that there's a calibration that's happening this week where that shift, that feeling of like, oh my God, why is this happening? Why? Like, I don't understand why we can't just work. I don't understand why you got to be so difficult. Why you got to be so difficult? You got to keep doing this. Why you got to keep pushing me here? Why? I don't understand why this can't just work. This week pushes us into balance, okay? It pushes us into balance. It pushes us into a recalibration within the physical realm. Two of Pentacles happens and it manifests through the physical realm, which means that some of you might see a shift within the physical realm. That includes people. That includes jobs. That includes things that you have created commitment to that you've been fixated on. Okay, remember what I said. Leo is a fixed sign. They do not like change. Fixed signs do not like change, okay? They don't like to go through that process of change. but they need to evolve. They always get triggered into their own evolution. And so this balance that's coming in is because at the end of the day, what you want is this. You want that 9 of Cups energy. You want to have your cake and eat it too, but you want it correctly. Okay. You want it done correctly. You want it done right. Okay. And so this week is going to lead you to a recalibration. So some of you might be ending things. Some of you might have to say goodbye to certain people because it's run its course at this time. It's like you've been hung up on it for a while now, but it's like you want to move on. You want to go through you want to be successful. You want to stop feeling like everything is just like it just keeps getting bad. Like it never stops. Like, why can't we just work? Why can't it just work? Why does it always have to be this bad? Like, why? It doesn't have to be this way. If you have to ask yourself that, if you're like, if this person could just stop doing this, we would be so grateful. If you have to say that, sentence, it gotta go. I'm sorry, it gotta go. Sorry. But this is a great time to reconnect back to your vitality, that power that you're taking back, which is one of the things we talked about at the beginning of the slide. That power that you're taking back is going to be that all of that energy that you keep giving to the situation, all of that energy that you keep pushing that way, right? Pushing outward towards this situation that you want to work so bad, is ultimately going to come back and fuel you within your own vitality. It's like really like at the end of the day, you're going to have to choose your own happiness or to continue doing the repetitive bullshit of this unbalancing kind of thing, unbalancing nonsense. Okay, we're coming into balance. We need to recalibrate and we need to come back into balance, because if you want to be happy, if you want the season to be any type of enjoyable, you need to make sure that the things that you are fixated on, because do not forget that the pentacle suit is the most grounded element, okay? Because it rules over the earth. The earth element, it takes a long time to navigate earth energy, and it takes a long time to plant a seed and watch it grow, to fuel it, to water it, for it to turn into a fruit, for it to turn into anything. It is a very much a fixed energy that is stable and stays for a really long time. But this week, at the end of the week, you're gonna be making some decisions about the things that you do not want in just creating stagnation instead of being in balance in your life. There's definitely a push towards shifting and regrounding and being more in balance with yourself. And this shift that's also happening, whatever you're releasing this week, is ultimately going to help you not only get back your power, retain back your power, but also set you up for the next couple of weeks ahead as well. So it has its own purpose. It has its own purpose. It has its own purpose. Okay. Now, let's see what the other messages are. And I'm kind of feeling like pulling a shadow card today. So I guess we're gonna do that. Okay. What are the energies for the week collectively? Nature spirits. What are the energies for the week collectively? Okay. And bottom deck is earth and trust and protection and water. Okay. So we have nature spirits, very, very grounding energy. And I would highly recommend, if some of you need an additional grounding, one of my favorite things to do is literally to walk up to a tree, especially a tree that I'm being called to, and just ask it to ground me. And then I'll give an offering of some sort, whether it be pouring water or just spitting and, giving my life's essence to the tree. But literally, nature spirits, literally spend time outside, literally get your vitamins from the sun. Okay. Y'all need to get out there. Y'all need to get out there. Y'all need to spend time outside. Y'all need to ground. It's a great time to do some grounding with the earth itself. Okay. Why? Because again, we're recalibrating. Two of Pentacles. We're recalibrating, we're regrounding. So nature spirits are going to be able to help you with that. What deck is this? What is the name of it? So this one is the Sacred Symbols deck, but the tarot that I'm using is the Nefertiti Tarot. Then we have knowledge, which is really coming through with that Hangman energy. I'm sorry, I clicked it. My bad, Lana. It's coming through with that hangman energy, right? Because we are realizing that we cannot continue to play this game with some people because we wasted some time. So knowledge. What did you learn about the situation? I always ask you guys this. What did you learn about the situation? What did this person teach you? What did you take from this? Maybe how not to get, abused or used by certain people. Maybe how not to allow people to take from you when you know that you shouldn't be doing that type of energy and behavior. Questions. What did you learn? What is the knowledge? What experience can you take from this? Will you let somebody treat you like this again? Okay. We have lucky. And this is one of those cards, anytime it comes out in this type, in a reading like this, that it just screams like spirit being like, you lucky that you're getting out of the situation now, because it could be way worse. And also, once you remove this situation out of your space, out of your energy, out of your life, what do you think is going to happen? The doors that were closed because you were in space for this are going to open. So it's one of those things that you gotta understand that sometimes you have to rip that band-aid in order to reground yourself. You really do. You really do. Listen, I am so grateful that I'm a Venus in Aquarius, because when I tell you, okay, when I tell you that your girl can get over things in like under 60 seconds, like I've gotten over full-blown relationships in under 60 seconds. Under 60 seconds. A water sign can, I'm joking. Don't get mad if you want to say, but it's true. Low key for being a Capricorn and having that Venus in Aquarius. Like it's just, you have to learn how to detach, how to let go, how to release, especially when certain things need to be released. Okay, when certain things need to be released. Okay, now let's see, because Spirit wants me to pull a shadow card for this. So we're going to be using the Okana Oracle deck. This is a shadow work deck that you guys know from the weekly healing circles. So it is one of our favorite decks, I think, but it will read you to the filth. So we're going to see what the ancestors want us to know collectively. What is the message for this week? Talking about the ancestors. What I mentioned the ancestors, and the ancestors just jumps out. So I presume that some of y'all are about to get yelled at from your ancestors this week. Okay. What do we need to know this week? What do we need to know collectively? Not this big. Yes, this is what does this look like to you? A cat? Yeah. Okay. When I tell you the ancestors be trolling, they be trolling. They be trolling. Okay, let's go to Egun. Egun. Okay. Look at this deck. Isn't it amazing? Absolutely love this deck. Absolutely love. 1000%. She killed this deck. Okay. Egun. The dead stand in waiting. The dead stand in waiting. Shadow element, not honoring one's ancestors properly or allowing those tasks to fall by the wayside. Dead standing and waiting for you to acknowledge and respect them. This card is maybe the most straightforward card in the deck, but also the most encompassing. This card is a way to connect to your ancestors and what they have to say about your shadow side. But one must not forget to honor, venerate, and serve them in a way that is appropriate for them, having your best interests at heart. This card is summoning you to do the work for them to continue to feel appreciated after guys that they are constantly assisting you with your path. It is letting you know that they are with you, but they are asking you to take this connection more seriously. Do your offerings, speak with them with earnest, and don't be afraid to ask for guidance. You know what other message came through with this, especially with this 9 of Cups energy, with this card, and I heard it very loudly, was you keep asking me for things, but you think I'm gonna open that road for you when you still are allowing this to take so much of your time and energy. It's a no. Listen. Okay. Then we have grit. And does that not look like a cat? Listen. Let me just find grit for a second. And grit is in fire. Okay, grit. When a needle falls into a well, many people will look into the well, but few will go down after it. Shadow element. Involving oneself in situations that do not pertain to you and taking on the accompanying responsibilities in a resentful fashion. When this card pops into a reading, it can indicate resentments you or someone may be feeling regarding situations or someone may have inserted themselves into for no real reason other than to be involved. It is asking you to take a look to see if you are currently undergoing the stress of handling a problem or situation for someone else when it really isn't your responsibility to do so. For example, let's say you have two friends who are at odds. Once you insert yourself either at the behest of them to take sides or on your own accord, you are now inserted into a quarrel that could potentially have disastrous consequences for your relationship with both parties. This can be applied to work issues, family issues, etc. This card is a warning that inserting yourself into a problem others have with a party that is not you is baseless and low vibrational. It is telling you to refrain from jumping into non-serious confrontation over issues that aren't your own, because it only creates rifts and discontent in your world where there should be otherwise none. The want to know what the bottom of the deck is? It's reconcile, which says yourself, for only then can you love others. The level of ancestral shade that is being thrown right now is on some other level that I've never seen. Okay, listen. First of all, the ancestors said, especially because with the way the reading is showing up this week, y'all, this is giving a narcissist. This is giving putting up with someone who's literally not, or putting up with something that's literally like not for your best interest. That is literally, honestly, like none of your business. And that's really what the ancestors are saying. It's like you keep feeding into this when you shouldn't even be involved. You shouldn't keep giving your time and energy and space to this. You just can't. You shouldn't be. Okay, you shouldn't be. If you go and you ask them, like, ancestors guide me, ancestors give me the right, ancestors like, okay, but are you listening to us though? Because did we send you signs that you shouldn't be doing this? Did we send you signs that this person wasn't the right one? Did we send you any signals? And have you taken into account? Have you honored that? Have you listened to us? Have you just keep, giving this more and more and more of your energy when you know damn well this is not what you should be doing? And then you keep ignoring us and then praying to us like, oh, but can you fix this? Oh, but can you, like, well, we already told you what you need to do. Okay? Mind your business this week. Okay? This week you really need to ask yourself, did I do this? Is this a me problem, or is this person actively navigating from a place of their ego where they need to impose themselves on everybody else, where they need to dominate the situation? This is giving very much narcissist energy, by the way. Okay? This is a very mind your business energy. This is a very mind your business energy. Okay? Focus on yourself. What did we talk about at the beginning of this live? Focus on your self-care. Focus on your self-love. Focus on your empowerment, your vitality, your energy levels. You see how I keep saying no, don't go checking on somebody else's energy levels. You got to check on yours first. Okay? Check on yours first. Stop asking your ancestors to remove or open the path to something that you know damn well they said no to. You know damn well they're like, but you know this is not the right thing. We literally sent you a ton of signs, and you know you need to be removing yourself, and you're still entertaining this. But then you still want to be happy. You want your cake and you want to eat it too, and that's not what we're doing today, because this is not This is not at the level of your caliber, okay? Like, this is very much like beneath you energies, okay? You should be the one who is doing it. You should be up here, not down here. You shouldn't be taking bullshit from nobody, okay? So, ancestor said, go recognize the messages that they've been giving you. Recognize the guidance that they've been giving you. Recognize the signs. Recognize and accept what how they have been guiding you in the situation. Stop ignoring them and then asking them to open up it's not going to happen. Okay, this person is giving, I'm not changing who I am. This situation is giving, I'm not changing who I am. This situation is like, so you're either going to have to remove yourself and recognize that you need to remove yourself for your own elevation, for your own growth, or you're going to just keep putting up with the nonsense. So you get to choose what you want to do with that. But it better make sense. Because if it don't make sense, then what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Listen. What are you doing? Archangel Michael, what do we need to know collectively for this week? Pay attention to your dreams. Archangel Michael, what do we need to know this week? Oh. Bottom of the deck is lean on God and your angels for support. Yeah. Pay attention to your dreams. If you actively are out here asking your ancestors for messages or signs, and then they're showing you in your dreams, like actively literally showing you in your dreams, like what's going on in the background that you're literally not, you just don't want to accept, and they're showing you. Listen. New beginnings and a fresh start. Why? Because I already told you this week is going to be a catalyst of energy where you get pushed into picking yourself or into continuing to give this situation more and more of your energy. And then we have the romance angels are helping you. Because that's the other thing about it. It's like, if this is a romance situation, like let's say y'all are dealing with a narcissist. Let's say y'all are dealing with some energy, okay? And you've been asking your ancestors to make this person work. All of the intentions, all of the things that you've been telling, like, oh my God, ancestors, I just wanted to be like this. Like I keep I'm visualizing it like this, but that's not what I'm getting. Like what? All of that energy that you keep putting, that intention, they're going to remove the person and then move in the correct person. Because this is the thing. What you want, what you need exists. It's not that it doesn't. It definitely exists. You are just not open to receiving it because you've been giving all of your energy to this situation that literally is not meant for you. It has past its time. It has overstayed its welcome. They have overstayed their welcome. And they need to, they need to go. They need to go. They're taking up too much space. Okay, let us do the prayer, okay, for new beginnings and a fresh start. Because sometimes I like you guys to say it. Let us give consent to spirit. Let's go. And the prayer goes, thank you for bringing new opportunities and offering support, and for helping me release and heal my past. Fill me with trust as I experience these life changes. Okay? You know what? Let us do the other prayers as well. Pay attention to your dreams. Let's go. And repeat after me. Thank you for tucking me into bed tonight and helping me enjoy a wonderfully restful night's sleep. Archangel Michael, I invite you into my dreams as a guide, teacher, and healer. Please allow me to understand, parentheses, describe the situation on a spiritual level and give me guidance. The romance angels are helping you. And the prayer goes, dear guardian angels of my soulmate, thank you for preparing my soul and me for love, for giving us the motivation to make healthful life changes and for arranging for us to meet. Thank you for helping us recognize each other and have the courage to say hello so that we can eventually delve into a truly intimate relationship. Keep in mind the things that you give consent to, the things that you pray for, they manifest. Okay. What do we need to know? What do we need to know this week collectively? What do we need to know this week? Okay. All right. Okay. Bottom of the deck, be spontaneous. Okay. So first we have light. Sun is Leo season. Is the sun season. Is a solar season. Okay. If you are stuck in the shadows, if you're emotionally feeling super drained, you are not feeling that energy. You're not sitting in the light. So you need to recognize when your energy levels are way too dense for you to even enjoy what's happening right now. We have blessings. Because you coming into your light, you coming into your energy, you coming into your power, what does it give you? What is it? What does it give you? Okay? What does it give you? Blessings and luck. It opens up your roads to remove shit that you do not need in your life. Okay? It literally opens up your roads. Literally. Okay? Literally. And we have inner knowing. Some of you know what you need to do, you just haven't done it yet. And this is what I said earlier, that intuition, those moments where you're just like making excuses for other people, for others, you know, and saying, no, I can't be that. I can't, no, they didn't mean it this way. No. Stop making excuses for people. No, we're not doing this. Stop making excuses for people. Listen to yourself. We just got out of the most intuitive, listen, we just got out of Cancer season. If you didn't come out of Cancer season listening to your intuition a lot more, then you just done blocked it. You just done blocked it. And actively, any energy, any emotional energy you give to the situation, you are blocking yourself more because you're not listening to yourself. You not listening to yourself has consequences. Okay? Listen. Then we have decisions and gentleness. What are you going to decide? Are you going to pick yourself? Are you going to choose you? Or are you going to keep entertaining this? Is this something that you're going to continue to fuel? You're literally in a fire season. This is the season where you really are choosing where you're giving your energy to. Okay. And because Jupiter is in Aries, about to go into retrograde, Aries is a fire sign at that. Two fire, that energy, that push, and Jupiter being the planet of expansion. This situation can literally take more of you than it should. Okay? Gentleness. Be gentle with yourself. Love yourself. Take care of yourself. Stop allowing others to treat you subparly. Stop allowing others to treat you subparly. Stop allowing others to really like confuse you to the point that you don't even know. You don't know, but you do know, but you're just saying you don't know, but you really do know. You see how confusing that sentence just was? That's y'all's. That's y'all's this week. Okay? That's y'all's. It's like, I know, but I know, but I know, but I know, but I don't know. You know. That's it. That's it. Yes or no? Do you know? You either don't know, like truly don't know, or you know. And if you know, then you know exactly what you need to do. So what are you going to do? Are you going to keep wasting time? Are you going to literally give this person all of your energy? Is that worth it? Is that worth it? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? I'm just saying, it's worth it. Is it worth it? What do we need to know collectively this week? Collectively. Is it worth it? Bottom of the deck. It's a time for healing. It's a time for healing. It's time for healing. Okay. We have the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. Because some of you are getting that clarity this week. Some of you are literally like, you know what? I'm taking out this I'm taking these swords out. I already know what caused it. I realized that I should have addressed it. Like, I didn't, but I know I need to. And then, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to just do it. I'm going to take these swords out of my own heart because I realized that I have been keeping them there. I've been keeping the disappointments there. I keep letting the same conversation destroy my day. I realized I need to, okay? Then we have the energy is gaining momentum. Why? Because we're already in Leo season. Leo season, that fire, that energy keeps building and building. You need to keep in mind where you are directing that energy, okay? Because you're going to only continue to build and build. That energy, that fire, your vitality energy is very much triggered during Leo season. You need to keep in mind to whom you're directing that energy, because certain people will use you as a goddamn battery out here. And if you know that you're being used, why are you allowing it? Okay? Believe in the impossible. If you are like, I don't know if I can let this go, or I don't know, because again, we're working with Leo energy. Leo energy is fixed. It's a fixed sign. They don't want to let go. It's hard for the fixed signs letting go. Listen, I said it earlier. I'm a big Aquarius. Aquarius is a fixed sign. Okay. But I always feel like the fixed signs have different abilities for them to release. But the two difficult ones is Leo and Taurus. Taurus and Leo are the most stubborn fixed signs, specifically Taurus. I love y'all. But y'all is stubborn as hell because y'all don't like to let go of jack shit. Especially things that make you feel good. Especially Leo, but especially Taurus. Okay. Now, the kicker with Aquarius and the kicker with Scorpio is that Scorpio rules over death and transformation, which means that they get forced into transforming emotionally, even if they don't want to. They rule that energy. So even in their fixed nature, and this is also, by the way, a great way to tell when a Scorpio is toxic is when they don't change, they don't evolve, they never get any better. That's how they also block their own gifts as well. So keep that in mind. But when it comes to Aquarius energy, Aquarius is very much has a gift of detachment and being able to see things from multiple perspectives. So the second it clicks in their brain because of an air sign, that mentality switches and you're able to kind of like separate from the thing. But Leo and Taurus, y'all, you have to look at your perception when you're looking at your understanding about the situation. And you have to accept the truths that you know to be true. And then you have to do something about it. It really comes down to that. If you think that this situation, or like, oh my God, without this person, I'm not going to have the love that I want, or I'm not going to have. Y'all need to believe a little bit bigger. Y'all need to not limit your blessings, not limit your abundance, not limit your prosperity, not limit your love, not limit your experiences, okay? Don't limit yourself. Don't think that this is the end-all, be-all situation. This is not, okay? It's just not. Don't give people that power. Now we have prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. Because I said what I said. Some of you, listen, we literally got blessings, lucky, prosperity. Why? Because those who do the work will be compensated for doing the work. Those who do the work will be compensated for doing the work. I cannot stress that enough. If you do the work, you will actively get back on, you're going to be on your luck shit. You might literally have things and doors open up for you, like literally right away. It might be a little weird too, how quickly things kind of shift. But once you start feeding yourself first, instead of giving your plate of food to somebody else, and then eating half of the meal because there wasn't only like half of it left. No. Once you start feeding yourself, doors opening. Like, straight up just, okay. So this week, ask you the question, are you going to keep putting up with half-assed energies, or are you picking yourself? Are you going to keep with the narcissist energy around you? Are you picking yourself? Are you going to keep giving others in situations and things your pleasure, your happiness, your joy, your energy, or are you going to feed yourself? Because Leo season's about you feeding into yourself. There's a reason why Leos rule being conceited, okay? In both a good way and a bad way, because energy can go either way. It can be good or bad. You can be in the middle. You can be a good or bad. You can see a good way. You can see it another way. But this is what I mean by, like, what are you feeding? Where's the energy going? Check in with yourself. Check in with yourself. You have the power to eliminate situations. And that's kind of the thing about it. The ancestors are screaming like, you want change. You want things to go a certain way, but you don't understand that you're forgetting your power in this situation. You get to dictate your life. You get to dictate your life. This is your life. You get to say, I'm eating this. The ancestors are not going to be like, this is the plate that you're eating. There is no force there. I talk about spiritual consent a lot, and you guys know this. You are consenting to what you're consent to. Spiritually, also the people you have around you that are stealing from your energy, that are leeching and using you as a goddamn battery. Okay? You are keeping them there. You are the one saying, oh, you can say, oh, you can keep doing what you're doing. Oh, there's no wrong with that. Even though you know deep down inside, like, this just don't feel good. This doesn't make me feel good. This is not something I want. This is not, like, you know, but you're still entertaining this thing. So, what are we doing? Because it seems like some of you are missing a window here. Some of you are missing a window. Ancestors are like, yo, your roads are ready to, like, just boop, open up. The second you make room around, you are just taking too much. It's taking too much. And quite frankly, I don't feel good about opening your roads when, if I open your roads, the energy, the goodness that you're getting, you're going to redirect it to the other person, to this other thing. Like, it makes no sense. You're going to get to enjoy it. You're going to get to enjoy it. If you're not going to get to enjoy it, why would I give it to you? What is the okay? So this week, y'all need to get it together. This week, y'all need to get it together. Y'all need to be mindful of where you're redirecting your energies. Y'all need to think, and y'all need to really make the decisions that you make in order to put yourself first. Okay? Put yourself first. Be as conceited as you need to be for this week. Okay? Unapologetic. You need to be your own representative. Okay? If you're electing someone to represent you, okay, like, think of the government. Okay, you're electing someone to what are you going to say? Are you going to be like, nah, sit back, just let them do whatever they want to do? Is that how that's going to work? No. Advocate for yourself. Advocate for your happiness. Advocate for your pleasure. Advocate for your joy. Advocate for your energy, your vitality. Okay? Feed yourself. Let yourself feel good. Be happy. Do some sex magic. Okay? Okay? Because I feel like some of you need to, like, some of you need to release some things. But it requires a dedication to yourself. Working with Leo energy requires a dedication to yourself and your own happiness and joy that is unfathomable. But it's absolutely needed. You need to advocate for yourself because nobody else is going to pick you first unless they love you that much to do so. I always say this, and I'm going to say it again. Be your own best friend. Okay? I've told myself since I was little, I am my own best friend. Why? Because I know myself the best. I know what I like. I know how to feed myself. I know how to make myself feel good. I know how to treat myself. I know really everything about myself. So I'm going to be my own best friend first. Okay? I'm going to treat myself. Okay, I'm going to do that for me first. I have so many other, I love so many other things. I love people. I love work. I love what? But I still make sure that I'm good first. Because if I'm not good, I can't feed nobody else. So you need to have a clearer relationship with yourself. This is where Leo's in this break reignites that vitality, that energy, that passion for life, that passion for like, oh my God, I just want to like enjoy myself. I just want to be in a beach with like a pina colada, just like, you know, I just want to feel good. I just want to be happy. What is not making you happy? And how do you need to release that energy? Y'all, get it together this week, okay? Get it together. Because Leo season is the funnest season before it goes into the fall, and then we're all going through shit. Okay, so I'm gonna need y'all to enjoy out of this summer, out of August. I just enjoy it. Have fun. Go out. Do the thing. Treat yourself, okay? Do everything that you want to do. I'm telling you, this fall is gonna be a little messy. It's gonna be a little messy. We'll be there. We'll be there. Weekly Healing Circles every Monday, babies. But we still need to make sure that, you know, we're advocating for ourselves and that we are having the fun that we need to have, that we're at the place that we just need to make sure. We need to be good. We need to be good. Especially for the things that are coming ahead, and especially when things start getting a little bit like triggering, and when our energies and when our spirit, when our soul starts getting triggered and our healing starts getting highlighted, like, oh man, you haven't healed this. Oh man, you need to do ancestor work. Oh man, this is not necessarily the best thing. You need to make sure you still have that solid relationship with yourself. This is the time that you can get real good grounded with yourself. So that way in the fall, when shit starts to get crazy, because I'm telling you, it's going to be crazy. I'm not trying to fear monger or anything, but that Mars in Gemini retrograde goes up from the end of October until January 12th, if I believe. And Mars doesn't like being a Gemini. It's going to be a little bit messy. It's not going to be, it's not going to be the easiest thing to navigate. And there's going to be a Mercury retrograde in September up until the beginning of October. So it's going to be some things. Certain things are going to happen. You know, Jupiter's going to come out of retrograde. It's going to move back to the Pisces. A lot of things happening. We need to, you know, be ready for the messiness. We need to be ready for the messiness because it's not the easiest thing to go through when you're not good with yourself, and then you have to go through all of this other shit that's happening. Okay. So I hope y'all got a good week. I hope you guys have a good week. I hope that you guys got all the messages you needed. This was a weekly healing circle. As always, we're here every week. If you're on TikTok and you want to revisit or rewatch this live for whatever reason, it is on YouTube because TikTok does not allow replays on live. So if you need to watch it, and don't forget to subscribe and do all the things. As always, I will see y'all this week. We have a workshop this week on healing generational trauma. So if you haven't gotten your tickets, go get your tickets. That's going to be on Wednesday. If you cannot make it on Wednesday, that's totally fine. All of my workshops are available for replay with the link that you get. This is why I like doing my workshops on YouTube. So definitely make sure that if you want to come through, but you can't make it at this time, you can always replay it. And if you're a Patreon member on the High Priest level, you automatically not only have tickets to the workshop, but you can replay all of my past workshops. Okay? So anyway, I love you guys so much. Thank you for all of the love, all of the support, all of everything. You guys are literally like amazing. And I will see you on our weekly community oracle. It's not gonna be on Wednesday because that's the day of the workshop. Have a tribe meeting. It's a lot. I'm doing a lot on Wednesday. But I will see you guys this week for the weekly community oracle, which is where we do and pull some oracle cards. Okay. So I love you guys so much. Have a blessed week. Have a blessed week, y'all. Bye. Bye, y'all. Have a good night. Stay safe out here.